Hello everyone, thank you very much for clicking on this video. This is Casual Dan, and today we are looking at 20 Minutes Till Dawn, version 1.0. I haven't played this in a while, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the 1.0 release looks like. This is a bullet heaven / survivors game where you can choose from a number of supernaturally empowered women to go in and fight against Lovecraftian horrors in what is normally a limited arena. Let's see here. Now, I thought I had already unlocked Haster, but I guess I have not. So maybe today that is what we will try to do. I think I'm going to go with the vanilla starting character. Shanna, she has a pretty good ability out the gate, which is that she can re-roll the power-ups that she picks from each time she gets a selection. And I think just to show what base gameplay is like too, I will probably go with the starting revolver for our weapon. As Shanna's motif is that she is, I believe, a fallen angel gunslinger. So she's like a cowgirl angel without her halo that you can get during the course of the game. And like other games in the genre, the further you get, the more powerful the enemies become, and the more numerous they become. And you'll see I'm picking up these little items of currency, and when I fill the bar along the top, I get to choose an upgrade. The way the upgrades are done in 20 Minutes Till Dawn is very interesting, as combinations of upgrades will unlock other upgrades. And the game also has a roguelite element where you get to keep or you earn a certain number of currency whether you die or you complete the level, and then you can use that currency to buy permanent upgrades in the form of runes, which give passive power-ups, buffs, and also some game-changing mechanics, which are pretty nice. And as you can see, it starts out pretty slow, pretty beginner-friendly. I believe I haven't put a great deal of time into the game, and it's been a while since I played it, so I believe this is just maybe 2 or 3 levels from the most basic starting difficulty level. I'm trapped in this little square temple here with Cthulhu-esque beasts coming at me from all sides, and then you'll also see that there are some creatures that are covered in nasty white nodules that will try to explode when they get too close. Yeah, see? There's one on the right and the left. Gross. As someone who grew up in the 80s and 90s, I do really love pixel art. And while the color palette of this game is pretty subdued, I still enjoy the art style quite a bit. I'm not a huge expert on these bullet heaven games, so try not to cringe too hard, as my build probably isn't optimal, but it functions. As gathering the currency for, or XP for leveling up is a must. I like to pick magnetic gathering style skills early so I can get as much as possible. So I don't have to actually physically run my little character over those bits of experience. It makes it quite a bit harder. There's a lot of suiciders. Oh, shite. Now, I do recall from the last time I played this that those larger creatures you see there I'm blasting away at, they're really, really tanky. But if you just get close enough to them, without actually touching them, of course, they'll just blow up on their own, given you don't want to be in the area of effect when they explode. I know that's a big brain advice right there, but hey, you know, the more you know. And while I do enjoy Vampire Survivors, I've actually played quite a number of games in this genre. This is probably one of my favorites. I think this and maybe Soulstone Survivors are both really good. Vampire Survivors is good. I do like the 8-bit style. I prefer the sound in this game quite a bit more. However, I have not yet played the DLCs for Vampire Survivors. Oh, that was nice. The kamikaze units there just blew up the little mini-boss that appeared. It was nice of them. And with Shanna, well, I should say, depending upon which character you choose, the mini-bosses drop a power-up, which I believe is exclusive to the character you pick. So, that's pretty cool. And adds a lot to the play variety. Oh yeah, they're all just doing my work for me. You'll also see, too, that each time you choose a power-up, it's normally linked to 3 other power-ups, which you can then take sequentially towards the top being the first one you choose, and then the ones on the right and left are ones you can choose next. And then there is, of course, then the one on the bottom, which is generally the most powerful. Or at least would seem that way. I'm sure there's mechanics that take advantage of all of the power-ups, but it seems to me at least that the power-up on the bottom is normally the most drastic effect. I also have this on my cell phone, and I think I might have played it more on there, because I actually remember this being quite a bit more difficult, so I think I've worked up to much higher difficulty levels on my phone, which just goes to show how much of a scumbag casual I am. Let's see here. Oh, that's not one that I've seen before, actually. I think that's probably newer. I'll go with something I do know, though. Kill clip. That's nice. Reload speed can really kill you in this game, and although the revolver is the very first weapon you have available to you, it's very good. It's very well rounded. Has a decent capacity of 6 naturally, but then it reloads pretty quickly too, without upgrades. Whereas, say, there's a pair of submachine guns you can get, which have a high capacity and high rate of fire, but they take a long time to reload until much later in the game. Okay, so here I've unlocked something pretty interesting. This, every so many times I shoot my pistol, lightning comes and strikes a random enemy. It could be really good for crowd clearing and just, I mean, if there's only one enemy, or only a few enemies, that's a really good way to do really fast damage, assuming you have the rate of fire. Yeah, these are new too. I haven't seen these power-ups. It's the first time. I don't know if these came in an earlier build, but they weren't available in the one that I had played beforehand, which was some months ago. Now here with the actual bosses of the level, I believe there's maybe 3. You get to choose one of 3 tomes, and each of those tomes generally gives you some pretty drastic power-ups in exchange for weakening other aspects of your character. Which I was kind of spacing out when I chose that one, so I don't recall exactly what I chose. Casual Dan Gaming, everyone. Yeah, it's getting pretty crowded, so I hopefully don't get smoked. There goes my shield. But as you can see, I don't quite have the firepower right now to clear the enemies away that I need to be. If this keeps up, yeah, I'm gonna get swarmed and killed, which will be embarrassing, but whatever. It'll make for a good laugh, good video, good casual Dan moment. Oh, this is working out quite well though. Yes, this is a great power-up right here. So generally when you're firing, you're moving at a quite slower rate, but with that power-up I just got there, I could continue to unload my weapon repeatedly and still move at a pretty decent clip, which is extremely important, especially if you're not doing as much damage as you should be. So you can squirrel and scamper around through the small gaps in the enemy horde that you make. Yeah, actually that last power-up, last 2 power-ups actually did make quite a bit of difference, so I might survive. And as the name implies, 20 minutes till dawn. You really only have to last through 20 minutes of gameplay unless you chose. Oh, this is a new mechanic. This was not in the game last time I played. Choose an evolution. So it looks like I can just change what my revolver does. Bullet bounce. Yeah, that'll help with crowd control. Yeah, I think I'll do that. We'll see how that works out. So that's really cool. Yeah, there were no weapon evolutions last time I played. And yeah, wow, I'm really starting to tear through them now. Personally, when I'm playing these games, especially in this particular game where enemies start to fire back quite a bit later on, I find that if I have effects that aren't filling the entire screen, I do better, because I have a difficult time tracking the incoming projectiles otherwise. I can tell though this is just going to start getting really crazy. And as I recall with the temple level, I'm going to be seeing these creatures in robes soon that start taking quite a few pot shots at me. Oh yeah, racking up that XP though. Yeah, that's a good power up, but again, that's something that makes the screen pretty busy. And I don't know if it's just my Coomer brain has a hard time keeping up with it, but I find that it can make enemy projectiles a bit harder to track, so I kind of tend to avoid it. Now, you've seen several of these upgrades. Actually, are summoning upgrades, which are quite good. You can create summoning builds. There are certain characters who are better at than others, more built for it, but again, that's just more and more stuff on the screen. And wow, look at this. Okay. This is a new graphic. Oh, and here you go. So what I just picked up there was called Gun Mastery, and that is something I believe is specific to Shanna. You could see that the icon there was it looked like an angel. And it just makes her all-around shooting capabilities a lot better. And you unlock that by taking other combinations of upgrades before that. What they were, I can't exactly tell you, but it, I believe on the main menu screen, you can look at all the different synergies and combinations to unlock these special buffs. I really like the aesthetic of the fireballs there. Just tearing through them too. That's nice. Alright, halfway through. Just about. I think here at the 10-minute mark, maybe there'll be another boss. I can't remember for certain, but I believe it's maybe every 5 minutes. Yeah, maybe more. Less spread. Okay, yeah. More bullet speed. Quite a bit more bullet speed. Oh man, that's satisfying when you're really able to unload really quick. Oh, okay. I've never seen this upgrade before, so that's a new synergy that I haven't seen before. Oh, yeah. I think I just saw one of those little rope guys. I killed it before it There it is, yeah, before it got too far into the arena. That is one thing about this particular level where you're kind of trapped in a smaller area. Kind of like in Vampire Survivors, there are certain levels where you can move horizontally and vertically, however far you want. I believe the very first level is like that. But then there's other levels like this where you're a lot more confined. Oh yeah. You can see those rogue creatures. They're firing those red bullets that are curving around, kind of course correcting, trying to hit me. I'm surprised I haven't lost my shield again yet. The shield you can get through upgrades, but you can also get through the runes, the permanent upgrades, where say you start with a shield. If anyone decides they're exceptionally interested in this particular game, I can go more into depths there. Otherwise, you know, I'll just move on to other games. I do really like this one though, so I wanted to cover it. I feel like this genre is very pure in the way it's throwback aesthetics and mechanics. You're just a little sprite running around the screen, just shooting everything that moves. Okay. So that is a drop from one of the mini-bosses there. And that was a piece of Shanna's halo. And once you get all three pieces, it's... well, no, that wasn't a piece. It allows you to start... Oh, and I just lost my shield. It allows you to start finding them as upgrades. And once you unlock all three, you get a pretty significant buff. We'll see if I can do that in 7 minutes. It goes by a lot quicker than you'd think. Or slower if you're just getting your ass kicked and it's just a second-to-second struggle to survive, which this might turn into as I'm starting to take hits. Big nasty things. Fortunately, I think really these big lamprey things with wings are, at least in the past... Oh, Halo Piece 3, there we go. Kind of gatekeepers in the sense that if you haven't built your character right up to the point to where they appear, then it's going to be game over pretty quick. And I think that was largely my problem in a lot of my early plays, is I just didn't have enough weapon strength or offensive capability. By the time these lamprey things came out, and I just couldn't kill them fast enough, and they just flood the screen and kill me. And we'll see how I do here, but it looks like I'm putting them down pretty easily, so... You know, I don't want to say... fuck these guys, but yeah, fuck these guys. It's been a while since I played, but I'm really starting to feel the hatred again that I developed for these giant lamprey worm assholes. Because it used to be when they appeared, it was just game over. And it's not even that they introduce any sort of interesting new mechanics. They don't fire anything at you. They're just a lot tankier than your standard enemies that you begin the game against. And so you either have the firepower or you don't. Oh, look at this. It looks like I get to fight like a king-sized hoster before I unlock the character. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing alright though. I still have 5 hits before I'm smoked, so just as long as I don't let it get too close and then get trapped by the tentacles, I should be decent. Which I almost did right there. Holy moly. Jeez. Oh wow. Yep. I can't believe I haven't taken a hit yet. Or, since my shield came back up, I should say. Oh! Down it goes. And what do we got here? Tome of Rage, yeah. That fire rate plus 66%. That's tempting, but I just really like speed. Lots of spread. Really knocks down my bullet damage and knockback, but the fire rate and triple base ammo, that should be pretty crazy. I have enough elemental effects in my attacks that it should make up for the loss of the basic bullet damage. Yeah, I just took a stray shot there. And this is what I'm talking about. When the screen starts getting really busy, I just have a difficult time keeping track of the enemy projectiles, even though they're red. I mean, I'm colorblind, but you would think they'd be easy to track, but apparently not so much for me. Still, 3.5 minutes left. I'm pretty sure I got this. Jeez. I mean, it's effective, but I don't know if I'll choose that. Well, that's new. I don't think I've seen that before. The Kunoichi. Still, though, I need to complete my Halo. And there it is. Yeah, look at that. Look at those upgrades. Yeah, that's GG right there. But as I was saying, I don't think in the future if I can get away with not choosing it, picking the upgrade where the enemies explode into more bullets. Because man, it's just really, really busy. And it's going to get even busier now. Yeah, this is good. And just like in any Survivors game, you know, once you start getting towards the end, if you've got a decent build, then you're just very ridiculously overpowered. Which generally, when you first start these games, you know, you're not going to attain that unless you're a much bigger brain than me. So once you get up to this point, it's pretty satisfying. I think I'm going to try the new upgrade. Yeah, I just have to keep from getting hit. It's funny, in most games I really like pet builds, like in action RPGs, the isometric ones like Diablo, or what's another really big one? Path of Exile. I really like pet builds, you know, where I can just sit back and be a lazy ass while all my little minions run around and put everything through the blender, but it just doesn't work for me here in this genre. At least I haven't found a game where it does. Not rate of fire, that's great. And with Shanna too, that very first character-specific buff that I got was plus 40% XP, so that's a huge XP buff. Which just means even in late game, I'm still shooting up levels really fast. Optimal. That bullet aesthetic is pretty goofy, though. I don't know if I like that, but I don't know. Whatever. I mean, it makes it easy to tell which ones are yours. Oh, wow, that guy took a beating before he went down. And I think that was... Yeah, that was the final mini-boss right there. So now I should just be able to kind of coast. And unless there's a very severe pants shitting here, I should have this in the bag. Yeah, it doesn't even matter now, I'm sure. I'll take an extra health. So as we come to the end of the video here, everyone, this has been the 1.0 release patch. I really like this game. It's very inexpensive on Steam. I highly suggest you check it out if you enjoy the genre. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Please give the video a like, a subscribe, and you know, tell your friends. But anyway, again, thank you very much for watching. This has been Casual Dan. I hope you have a rich and full day. Much love. And in the words of Drake and Lil Wayne, and now she want a photo. You already know, though. You only live once. That's the motto. Nigga! YOLO. Oh, those tornadoes are cool. Casual Dan signing off.